Hi. Last Sext by Melissa Broder. That's me. I said I would read the whole book. We'll see what happens. I am about to be happy. Can you feel it? You are art, and you are not art. Yesterday, I thought it was good to be dead. I babbled, a wild woman boiling your pelt. I wore you as my t-shirt and mouth. I said it was good for you to be art. Save me from death. Let me rise from the dead. Today, I bury your body. Lunar shatters. I came into the world a young man. Then I broke me off. Still the sea and clouds are Pegasus colors. My heart is Pegasus colors, but to get there I must go back. Back to the time before I was a woman. Before I broke me off to make a flattened lap. And place thereon a young man, where I myself could have dangled. And how I begged him enter there, my broken young man parts, and how I let the mystery collapse, with rugged young man puncture, and how I begged him turn me Pegasus colors, and please to put a sunset there, and gone forever was my feeling snake, and in its place dark letters, and me the softest of all, and me so skinless I could no longer be naked, and me I had to de-banshee, and me I dressed myself. I made a poisoned suit. I darned it out of myths. Some of the myths were beautiful. Some turned ugly in the making. The myth of the slender girl. The myth of the fat one. The myth of rescue. The myth of young men. The myth of the hair in their eyes. The myth of how beauty would save them. The myth of me and who I must become. The myth of what I am not. And the horses who are no myth, how they do not need to turn Pegasus. They are winged in their unmyth. They holy up the ground. I must holy up the ground. I sanctify the ground and say fuck it. I say fuck it in a way that does not invite death. I say fuck it and fall down no new holes. And I ride an unwinged horse. And I unbecome myself. And I strip my poison suit and wear my crown of fuck-its. Okay, hold on one second. I accidentally left it broadcasting in the other room and I can hear my own voice. Nothing turns me off worse than the sound of my own voice. So hold on. Okay. My own nothing. I went under my skin, and under the skin of my soul, which was an old soul, though new to me. There was so much silence. I was surprised to like it. I saw that all my wounds were only dust, and when I turned to dust, they would be vanished. And I saw that I would have to be the mother. I have to be the tit and friend and child, and stroke my hairs and say peace. The hairs on my head and the hairs on my soul. They are bulbing in the rain. They look like crops, and I am scared of them, because one day they will be dust. And silence knows they will be dust. But what will become of silence when everything else dusts? I have to know the silence will hold on to me. Know it not by head or by reflection, but touch it in the emptiness beneath my dust, already returning me to light. Cosmic ditch. I can't believe how much the darkness. Light is all the time, but I see wrong. Will you be okay? Asks the old God. You will be okay, says the new God. Oh, I've been so darkness since the old God left. I've been purple incense. This is the shittiest part of the universe. Maybe it's the best. Tell me how to feel and I will feel it. Make me into a socket. I want to bleed electricity on the shadow of the world. I want to be zero. Poet, so dramatic. Killer rescue. I don't glow nothing enough for this life, or I need to glow more than the other nothings, or my holes are toomier and more instant. They resurrect starving, with or without fucks. I keep eating opals, trying to get over. The opals look like lost light, but they only spook my holes. Send in a moon drone to whisk my whole thing off. Take me to Sky Castle. Glowing loser. Neon coming from outside me, cursed be. Light from the Most High, I want you. Ditches in my head, I fall in every dawn. The bad soldiers in there want me corpsed. I am sorry, soldiers. Get on your knees and become women. Become my women. Worship light and in doing so, transform. Do not ask me how. Something has to do it for you. Something higher or other. An inner other. A sky in there. The good sky. Fall on your swords. Don't die. Become other. See you as the sky sees you. See me that way too. Bone rooms. Ladder to the genitals of God. You never go high enough. I guess the skull must have its purpose. Mine might even give me silence. Mostly I am full of names. Demetrius and Christopher and Daniel and John. Cemeteries built around those letters. I dig the dead boys up and try to dance. In my bedroom, I am dancing with skeletons. A cotillion of cartilage and the meat of my life. I will let the meat rot for a pile of teeth. The world should forget me. I am animating clavicles. Now I'm in the kitchen brining hip bones. There are femurs insulating all the walls. I am ribbing up the windows of the real. I am never getting over my mind. In want of rescue from the real. My mind friends went, they offed themselves. I made new mind friends fast and wet, but they kept dying dry. Fantasies die so dry. Still I held on, because the real is Arctic, and I am without womb, and the char of inner earth will ash my bones sometime. Then they all began to die before they even breathed, and I could see their corpses before I saw their eyes. And a thousand past life deaths tore the mask off my mind. And I am scared of death, and I am scared of life. Necro glow. Wreck my temporary wrists in the white of the sun. The sun says it is happiness, but I get colder. And everything become a stairway to a hospital. And I from self to nature back to self. And dark is the dark of having to be a body. Day life in the boneyard, not my own. The cruel of the mind in the sack of the having to die. The sunlight laughing in my face because it knows. And everything goes tone deaf when it is born. Deaf to the howls of the other side. Blind to the sane of the dead and dying. Sand on the mirror from my last life. Go there, honey, go under the ground. I who never wished to be free. I see freedom and I am mourning. The shadows of boys in the sun. They are forever and I am melting. Maybe I can be here just this once. Maybe I can eat the part that is dying. Maybe I'll shit out the minutes. I have been waiting to be split open. I wait for words from the other side. Wings should reveal themselves big and kind. Everyone is crying really hard. Man's search for meaning. There is a lot of love and then there isn't. Then there is. I look to the shit doors for love because they glitter. Oh, the glittery shit. So much more magnetic than what I have inside me. Inside me is more shit, but not glittery. Though below the shit is maybe a fucking temple. And when one shit door closes, you must build another shit door from the dregs of reality and shit mind. Oh, bless those dregs with fantasy, and therein lies your glitter. Yes, bless that glittery shit door, so much like the first door. But this door will be different, really. Infinite shit doors if you want them, really. I want them. What we love most is definitely going to kill us. Hallelujah. Wade in the water. Wade in the goddamn water. I have been wading. I wade and don't even know. The water dissolves me. The soothing water. The water as mother. The water is burning. I am ready to burn. I am burning me up. Every day I burn and burn. Every day I lose the wade. I listen for the water. I cannot tell me the water. Words never in or of the water. They are dancing around it. They are pointing to the water. I am pointing to the water. I say, look, look, water. I say, where? Teardrop perfume. Definitely puke my heart up on the green grass. The whole ground lifts and flips me into you, but you're not there. Men without homes are farting behind me. The grass is their home. Why can't I be them? There is a kind of love contingent upon nothing. I'm afraid to be serene for it. I'm still hooked on plastic clocks. Make them disappear. Americans. And this poem and a couple of others are from a series I did inspired by the Oneohtrix Point Never album, R+7. And thank you to Daniel Lopatin for letting me, for just like encouraging collaboration and being cool. Being a cool fellow Jew. Americans. Clocks are all that are coming to me. Better laugh back into childhood feeling before it is too gone. Yes, I see a pink ocean overtake the clocks. Yes, it is only a hallucination. And I don't know if the ocean has feelings for me, but the shadow of a boy keeps me safe from me, though the shadow is actually me. And when a warplane flies over the waves, I don't remember God. And when my childhood feeling surfaces, I kiss the shadow of my boy self and eat sand. Birth curtain. I am such a cut cock. Bless your mother, never cutting your cock. You are what it looks like to be real. What did I look like when I was real? I vow to never go there again, to the land of the silent fairies. They were singing, but I couldn't hear. I'm unreal now, but still can't hear. The fairies judge me for my fantasies. They should have saved me from the real. I see other people's trash dreams. My fantasies are so pure. Once I never kissed an uncut cock before. Now I see yours flying around the room. You should uncut vomit for me. I want to touch your back and feel you burping. Fly around the room on your uncut puke. The room is black and in my ears. Fairies keep calling me. I can be deaf and they're still here. There was a Goodreads review of the book, which I try not to read, but there was one and it was like, so much vomit and dicks. And I was like, well, I guess this person's not that familiar with my work. But yeah, that's, you get a lot of vomit and a lot of dicks with my work, if you're into that. Like a real flame. I want the hole in my ear to be quiet, and inside the hole in my ear to be quiet. And I want it to tell me what to do, or I will go to my lover's mouth and say, oh, my quiet, I am coming, and tell the quiet how its kingdom should be made, though the quiet has already eaten me, because the quiet loves me. But does the lover love me? And why must the quiet be so quiet? And why can't the quiet have a cock? And where is its violet mouth? Its 10 fingers with which to fix me? And where is its belly breathing? And oh, I want to be fixed, but I am already fixed. Why don't I feel it? Wouldn't that be nice if God was just like a hot dude who was like always there for you? This poem's kind of about that too, sort of. Boring angel. Now I know the trick is fantasy. I always knew it, but I didn't know the problem of bodies, or I didn't know it entirely. How you must abandon the bones of the real. No angel wings projected on the rib cage. I had blood-stained sheets and I could not let go. I noosed myself on them in the woods and hung there for 18 days until I myself became an angel. Now I make love with no body. I do it with my halo, chanting. Set me alive and fucking, a boy attached to no reality. He who needs no milk or punishing. He who will never abandon. How I love my celestial being. He who will never corpse. We are only air, my seraph boy and me. Fucking with no eyes and flying. I love wrong. I am a monster with zeros in his gut, who wants a doll made of flesh, to hold between two claws and stroke its body, become a vow to the flesh of the doll, never to myself or God, or monster mother watching over. How easy making vows to a doll. So easy to see it as holy. Through my sad monster eyes that no one likes the look of. I have always wanted something holy, to vanish the buzz in my forehead. My skull has silence, but never enough. The world has never provided. I project a spirit in the doll. It speaks a great silence. It speaks my childhood dreams. I write them for its tongue. I write myself a new end, where I am buried by the doll, and candles lit around my grave, as though I had actually lived. Cesarean. At dawn, they slit the nerve which connects me to a perfect place of darkness inside a giant husk. And they take me to its thighs and lay me on the wintry thigh of this giant husk, where inside it was summer. And all day long, I beg to be let in. I do this by living. I grow a rash of blood and see things with my eyes. I see a flag on the thigh of the husk. It says, quick and painless. I see an ocean almost like my husk, but it is not the same. My husk had a mellow sea. This one is frozen all the time. Even when the winter sun is blazing hot, they dress me up in beautiful robes and quiet me up with cocks and teach me how to vomit until I go mistaking pleasure for joy and forget the husk completely. Living vomit. Sick people find each other and it is not a good thing. Sometimes it is a great thing. Every person is a sick person. Is that even true? I lap your milk of illness up. It nurtures my dying. How bad am I, doctor? Very fatal, getting final. Safe blade. In my sickness, I was whole tit. Now I must suck ether, which is the stars and where I am meant. I never knew I'd miss the flesh. And do I miss the flesh or the fake heat that glinted off the sword I gripped, which kept me safe from me and my disease of more, though sword and heat were also the disease. The sword I slung at man's plasmic heaven, applauded by the hands of dead, but not their spirits. Spirits, are you with me now, although I cannot see? Sickly still in my lust for ashes. Innocent ground. Smeared in violent lipstick, a day with no boy in it. I don't touch reality, but I'm on the map of want. And here I am, Jew bag plus some evil. And I dream you, and I dream you. I fucks in the blanket. Skeleton glitter. The creepers are of the brain variety. The creepers are all me. Creep on me. Hello, God, why can't I be good? Shadow of the baby. Redemption of the soft friend. She said she would never, leaving me. I walk through the wrong door, pressed head and nothing is enough. I am looking for ways to get out. I am investigating. And I do remember the sky. I remember living up. If only I was blanked, the ground would give me a hug. Come in and wolf me. Enter the chambers and be them. Shipwreck and bathe in blank. We are talking serious baptism. And I know where not to go. And I know where not to go. And I run right to that place. And it's gleaming. Instant rain. Fall in all the wells at the same time. Yes, I think I am having a human experience. I died in the mind. I died today. The blue sun, like in the blue sky, like my face. My face could never hide anything. I went under my face and found curtains. I played a girl. Okay, I'm like dying of heat stroke, so I'm gonna just open a door for a moment. Give me 1 second. Hi, Pickle. Okay, come here. This is Pickle. Liquid end. What you get is emptier. What you do is throw it all away. The lamb's blood on the door. Pestilence, summer. Still your fingers smell of darkness. The darkness opens new holes. Let there be ditches. Let you die in ditches and never use again the body of another. The bruises you shall take with you and heal last life. Heal next life. Last life you are a locust. Last life you are a person. Ghosts of make-believe gods hanging around the television. No house cats. Jew of the salt and salty taste buds. When your mother's hair falls out, you will know. Roses weep for your future knowing. Find bones beneath the pool house of the world. The pool house indicates the pool is elsewhere. It is nearby, but not on this planet. The bones are of God's dream people. The dream people are us. We are the ones who are supposed to be better. Something broke inside. Something was broken at conception. Now God fills with guilt. Now God cries for all of us. There is no punishment, just the mother of suicide child. God wants to throw the stars back in the cauldron, put down the receiver, and start again. The Vanishing Woman. Here, in case my poems are kind of boring, I'll put Pickle in the picture. And you know what, I'm just gonna turn on the light a little more because I can't really see. So give me 30 seconds. If you're still tuning in. Okay, better. As goth as that was, I have to be able to see. Okay. The Vanishing Woman. I was afraid to become nothing when all I ever wanted was vanishing. You can really be anything, especially dead, which is a prayer. Though I do not know my soul yet, I think it is made of medicine. I have to believe my soul is everything, and all on earth is just a mood. And now I am a woman who is helping me. And now I am the ocean hallucinating me. Face of blinks and grave of flesh, my soul just floating around them. Salt. How can you go swimming in another human being? I am swimming and asking for light. Once I paddled into dust and fucking and the horseman and ruin and the poisonous hollows of a projected blue eye and cracked my skull on all and caught more disease in my already dread mind and entered the medicines of no human power, the forests of disappearing moans, which were rich in sap but lacked dissolve, fertilized against my own swimming nature. Olive, I am swimming for you now and I don't care. When you leave the forest, you do not become the ocean. And I have become the desert trying to swim in the ocean. And knowing this, carrying the forest floor in a sweet wood coffin, and the black brush and rocks, the yucca and cacti of receded ocean, which were never oceans at all, or there would have been shells on the sand. They only looked like oceans in my thirst. I cut the old horizon with a sword you have given, and I gut the heavens and bleed their light and swim in that. Sensation of is. Horses in the night take me away from me, and I am glad. In the morning, my demon kingdom come again. Demon me, demon head, demon not enough and never enough. The trauma of this living is that it is real. And then my casket lowers into the ground. And after that, a navy sky and me alone in it. Me alone again with the stars. Me back to the blaze of ink, the first one. Me just a tadpole and also made of everything. Like in the beginning, and I remember all of it. The first forgetting how at birth they took me far from me, and how I was not glad to be taken. And I am told to stop thinking about dying. Okay, fine then, nothing. Mold head. Pray to me from inside the blister, which is your own blister, your personal hood of hell and everybody's. I believe we eat the same fruit, ultimately, though when we see our own reflection in the water of our blisters, we pull the skin up over our eyes and say, aren't I different? Aren't I different? Aren't I? But the water is the same, and the gaze is the same, if you know how to look through the all-seeing eye. Have you gone down to the sperm code? Have you licked up your mammal sauce? It is in the rabbi's sways, and in the priests it fires incense. Glitter of the infinite to choke you in a blissful way. Eternal silence, my little blood cerebrum. Millions of mouths flap to someday fuck the quiet. I have no time to pray. Dust moan. A love that should not exist on earth. I am in the wrong love or on the wrong planet. I am already heaven or maybe illusion. Can people tell how mirage I am? How is love supposed to look and feel? I half ask God, but I'm scared to hear. Hide the seams of prism children I am, so I do not have to kill them all. Space orphan. When I get the shakes, they spell mother. I fill the world with blank vomit that I spew in blank. Sorry for the first tit in my mouth that didn't milk. Sorry I'm not yet the stars and in skin. A slum until the end, I call it body. When ruin comes, I'll hug me briefly. Then I'll dance around an astral fire in my skull. Then my bones will turn to silence. I can't wait. I feel like I read that like one of those, you know, those YouTube videos where like Obama's doing like Panda or whatever. I felt like I read that like Obama doing like a cover of Panda pieced together from all of Obama's clips or something. Are we fear? The sky told me nothing about myself. The stars told me nothing about myself. Jupiter gave me 0, except that I am dust, which is a lot to go on, but not enough to stop the death. Where are we going to live? I said to my unknown self, when one of us is dead. She did not say, but opened up a curtain where her silence lived. And I went behind the curtain and laid my skeleton down. I lay in silence as she stroked my tired head. And then I heard a roaring crowd and knew that I had been on stage and knew that I was good. Broken ocean. But then the water grows dark and recedes. I guess it is self-protection to imagine the part where the water grows dark and recedes. As everything grows dark and recedes, I guess. I need a jumping off point to this image. Love is the jumping off point to this image. But love isn't even the water. Real love is the light. Don't you know that yet? The water is something else, as anything that grows dark and recedes is something else, not love. Fine then, I don't want love. Fine then, I don't want love. I want the water. Taste tunes. My death is God's, how will it salt me? Final sunburn or the gag of candy. My hair is God's, and when it goes to dust, the worms will bone their ghost sticks in my scalp. And I've been told I have bats in my throat. Get ready for the night shriek when I puke them up. Another kind of death, more spiral than the dust. An ego death where I should start my life. But I don't want any deaths, and I don't want any lives. I want to hunt phantasms in the smeared skies. Give Orion my thighs, give my blood to the light, never having been, and so forever born in cosmic leaves. Sources of light. And the women continued to bleed. They bled what looked like shards of chicken skin out their holes. And the men fucked the holes. The good men licked them. It was hard to say who was good. Sometimes when the good men licked, they thought about the next bloody hole they would be licking. It was hard to say, but one woman felt sure the licking of the blood meant a man was good, no matter what. So she bound herself to him and drank of his light. There was light in other men, and shining from all kinds of places, mountains and palm trees and ancient words, water and sea vegetables, infinite sources of light. Wherever you turned your eyes, it was. If you knew how to see it and feel it, she felt it. In the mouth of this licking man, sleep in my light, he said. Her blood on his face, her blood in his light, pink and then the vanishing. He had to disappear, as those we make saints of on earth must do. And the light was still inside her, and the light was all around her. But she felt the light go with him, and she prayed she would go too. Big Tide. Nothing was made for me. I have to keep making it. Everything was made for me. The ocean, though I didn't know it till I murdered. What evil did I murder that I finally knew the ocean? No evil, no evil, I simply saw the ocean. I saw the ocean for the first time, after having seen it for 2,000 years. And when I finally saw the ocean, it murdered evil for me. You ask me to define evil. I don't know, I can't. I can only say there are things that stand in the way of other things, and the ocean murders all of them. Ooh. It's very serious. Murderous ocean. Cadaver lamb. When there is no one left, when it is just me and God, what do I say? I say help. I say freezing. I say I am wrong, but God, you never made me feel that way. Humans speak God. I am one of those humans. Many ugly things. Blood head skull hole. Milk mouth teeth rot. Sun hair dick suck. Mother water egg eye. Ugly and real. Ugly and real. I don't want to share my life with anything real. God is real. I am trying to get better. What does that mean? Wide sigh. I thought that there were two, the good voice and my voice. I thought the good voice was buried, and I would have to dig under my voice, which is glittery and cold, to get there. Then I heard them, a drumbeat and hawks, also snakes, many wild voices, heartbeats, big beats, one beat, all over. Do you hear it? I hear it now, speeding up, taking me up. He, she. This is another one from, inspired by One of Tricks Point Never's R+7 album. Here, I'll just play a minute of the song. We'll do a little intermish. He, she. If I can find it. Oh, you know what? I don't think my Spotify's gonna, oh, yeah, they said an error. An error occurred. Let's see. Here it is. This is your halftime show. Pickles say hi. So if you're just tuning in, I'm reading this book, Last Sext. It's a book of poems I wrote in 2016. Poetry's still alive. And right now I'm playing the song He, She from the R+7 album by One Tricks Point Never. And that is the inspiration behind the next poem I'm going to read. It's an ekphrastic poem, but I call it audio ekphrasis, because ekphrastic is usually, an ekphrastic poem is usually work based on like a piece of art, visual art. So for me, it's audio ekphrasis. It's like based on hearing the music. Short song. He, she. We were kissing in the pigs and fucking in the pigs. My God said it was not love, but my other God said it was. My God just wants me to be happy, and my other God wants me to be happy. And the women have not stopped crying throughout history. So I said, kill me with your arrow cock, and I will cry too, only later. Lunar Widow. You will never be a centaur without me, but you will be a gypsy. The stars don't give a shit. We should be under one piece of cloth. Maybe sleep on my hair across the continent. Watch me go up in the sky, I do. Now I'm falling into the ocean. You gave me only drops of what I wanted. I wanted to haul. I wanted to harbor your wreck. Stop not blowing the conch. Be a childhood, okay? The heart's so ready before it existed. My mouth on your silence. The dark of not getting what I want. The dark of getting it. Holes forever and ever. Shoes of the father so stepped on. The belly of our thing, I don't know what it is, but I know something slit it. Call me a jellyfish. In the evening, my body grows a penis. I want you in my odor, and I don't give a shit about the stars. I want your skin for a screen. I can project a cemetery. You can smoke all you want. Welcome to the coffin. Amaranthina. Hi, dumb, dry memory. You keep hurting my awe. I can hold back till infinity. Then I get to hump the light. I will be so good at infinity. No gray room to frighten me. Only the end of all the stale colors. Everything become all the colors. I used to think I would not live long. Now I think I have my music. And I will become a song when I die. So that even if I die today, there is an awesome mercy. Watch me fucking the light. Me licking light from every finger. Me with the light in my ass. Me saying more and the light saying yes. Me finding out what I always knew, which is what I know now but cannot remember. I will show the old animals how to be young. This will be my deathless offering. Moon violence. The peace I will not pray for. Silence I won't sit in. Zero surrender. The man baby splayed for my affection. I say no. I ride an animal along the shore. Any animal. I have my knife and money. A throat. I am a woman and no woman at all. The honey drips, I taste myself. I eat me in an arc on the water. Dig out my third eye. The hole I fill with sickness this time. Every time. This is what I do with love. Not good. Rekilling. Mother Nature will forgive me of my killing ways when she forgives me. Mother Nature will forgive me of my killing ways when she kills me. And I don't know if Mother Nature loves her killings, as I have tried to love my killings, or if they make her happy, as none have made me happy, or if the things she kills are beauty, as I kill only beautiful things, myself mostly. And cruel are the angels who have rescued me, only to never get inside me. And cruel is the grace that always lived inside me too quietly. Cruel I that brought me to ruin, overdosed on humans. Cruel, beautiful humans who made the silence seem so empty. Both cruel and uncruel is the mystery. So I have had to kill the mystery. I stuffed the mystery up with gyrating statues. Let's lead a spontaneous prayer for the mystery. Please be no void, O gyrating mystery. Invoke me and no end of days, please, mystery. Love me with immaculate feeling, zero body. Liquid arrows. Let me give you the gift of dinner. The dinner is mine, and it is not mine. It is our dinner, and everybody's dinner. There are infinite dinners, and there is only one dinner. I will give you the one. I ate at feasts with Bacchus. I ate wild boar and citron. I ate wild boar and citrons, brains in rose patina, cherries, lambs, suckling pig, blood sausage, and I'm gonna start again. I'll start again. Okay. Liquid arrows. Let me give you the gift of dinner. The dinner is mine, and it is not mine. It is our dinner and everybody's dinner. There are infinite dinners, and there is only one dinner. I will give you the one. I ate at feasts with Bacchus. I ate wild boar and citrons, brains in rose patina, cherries, lambs, suckling pig, blood sausages, and quinces. The water was cold and the wine seemed nice. Wine was going to be nice for a very long time. Then it would not be nice. I was 9, 11, 13. My breasts came in and there were 7 pubic hairs on my mound. Bacchus came and laced my cup with serum. A sleeping serum? No, a vomiting serum. In the field, I felt that I would vomit. Bacchus sat me on his lap facing the sunset. My legs straddled his knee. The pressure of his knee and the pleasure of the coming vomit. My 7 pubic hairs. The hands of Bacchus clasped around my stomach. My stomach fat, but Bacchus didn't care. So my stomach thin. Bacchus put his fingers down my throat to help the vomit come. I burped and burped, but nothing came. I burped like the ocean. I burped like quicksand. Bacchus gave me water to make the vomit come. When I vomited up the water, he kept his hand in my mouth. The vomit went down his arm in a waterfall. The vomit bathed his body. I vomited down his arm all night. The vomit smelled like dead boar. It smelled like brains. It smelled like coins, gladiolus petals, mother's milk, and cloud realm. Bacchus said he wanted to hear my stomach scream. I screamed and screamed until I had no more screams. Then I began singing. This was joy. Honeyfield. I am an animal outside the church. No, I am in the church, being good. Incense makes me deep, like the scorpion under jealousy. Fuck what they say. I can find goodness in a church. I can find it anywhere. So much of my brain is scorching. I've had to learn to find it anywhere. My brain is a jet and purple scorpion, pacing outside the church. And my heart is the church. It has its bound spire. You know it has its bells and walls, its plastic love contingency, but in the end dissolve, like everything, infinity. Litter. My feelings were dogs, with no master left to tend to them, but the dogs stayed alive and discovered they could feed themselves. And I must really love my dogs, or else I would have stabbed them, so as never to mistake again a deadbolt for an opening. Because I am a dead girl, and I want to be alive, though the things that look like life to me are somehow a killing. But one day I may get a death, the coming of a kind, that seeks no other death to love, and I'm so scared of choking. Dry fucks. I dreamt nothing of you tonight because I did not sleep. You were under your hat and I was in my head. I want to be in your head. I am already over. I am widow corpse while soft girls pump wells. They are already over. What if nobody is over? What if nobody has to end? I could spit the rain. I could bring the flood. I could say water, water. I could say this into the nothing. Soft palate. Hear the voice of my hungry bloodhound ghost. She thinks she is a wolf, so full of zeros, hungry zeros in the hungry bloodhound ghost. Her mother, the queen, cut out her teeth to keep her from imaginary destruction, and the hunger run down her throat and made an ocean of zeros. But she is tired of that story, sucking the teeth of other doggies, damming the ocean with bones, and glittery mirrors and mini gods. She goes to the big God, and God is in the ocean. God says, don't drown. She says, float me. All the crystals of how life is, some of them just look like rocks. Along. From the bottom of the ocean come the figures. They are also in the air. Every body we have ever been, rodents and cheetahs and snakes. You don't have to be anything ever again. You can just be the air. How does it feel with your body gone? Narcissus weeping, but the stars like, yeah. Dogs. Look at this situation I have going on right here. Take a look. Look at that doggy in my lap. Boom. Boom. Dogs. What if the dogs got quiet and their fur was my hair and they licked my face, but it was me licking my own face, also my heart, and the licking built a new kingdom, but the kingdom wasn't in the sky, it was in my hands and on my face, also in my heart. And I let me be the kindly dogs, and I saw the dogs were always kind, they had only been disguised, or maybe they were kind and horrible both, roaming the woods in circles, until one day they simply walked out of the woods so full of knots, the knots possessing water, the dogs needing every lick of that water, until they were ready to leave the woods. And when they were finally ready, there was still time. It wasn't sundown. And the dogs looked at the sun, and the sun didn't burn their eyes, and the water in their bellies, and everything outside of them was all. I run right through myself and don't crack. Sorry, I'm seriously schwitzing. It's very hot. Okay. I run right through myself and don't crack. The ground under me is nothing. My tendons are nothing. The dick in my palace is nothing. My ancestors eaten by flames are nothing. The flames themselves are something. All my holes are something. Universe, universe, tell me my secret. The wind in your thoughts and the perfume in your heart. See, this is a hopeful book. There's hope in here. Forgotten sound. I pretended the lust was voices, and I wrote down the voices. And sometimes the voices spoke as I had written them, to confirm what I already knew, which is that I am a child and ready for petting. And sometimes the voices said nothing, to confirm what I already knew, which is that I am filled with holes. And sometimes the voices said strange words, to confirm what I did not know, which is that I am a ghost and the men are real and going on, without me. Inside world. Slices of paradise cut in because paradise demands our attention. My paradise is a coma, I think. It hurts so much to keep walking. Sometimes comas brush against my feet, but I still love on earth and will maybe stay alive without everything I think I need. The angels are singing me to sleep. The dream of being alive gets born. I get scared and redream it. And everything I touch on earth, resembling angels, I try to eat. So I don't usually talk this much. Usually I do this, like, when I do a reading, I do this PJ Harvey thing where I don't like do any banter. It's just the poems, and I'm very like serious poet. But I feel like being in this environment, my home, my little candle altar with crystals I've set up, lends itself to a more conversational experience. So I'm doing a little more banter. So I will say that today I was laying down to like go back to sleep. Like I had gone to sleep, woke up, you know, for the morning or whatever, like life. I was alive. I woke up, I was alive. And then like I went back to bed. And as I was falling back to sleep, I was like, I just want to sleep forever. And it's so weird because people get really like suicidal stuff in my work. And I guess that's kind of a suicidal thought, but I'm like, I never think of myself necessarily as like actively suicidal. It's more just like, I'm scared of dying. I just would like to be like gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just would like to be vanished, like have it just done for me. That being said, like sometimes I really do like being alive. So, but you know, like in general, it would be nice to just like go to sleep. I mean, you know, it would just be really nice. Anyway, this isn't like a cry for help. This is me just sort of whatever. Okay, telling you how it is. All right. Magic isn't dead. All the seers predicted who I am. They said she is a waiting room for bones. Still, I am after some non-predictable end, where I go beyond skin and hair. I am a fuck demon in a fuck castle. Also electricity and no dust. And I am coming for you, spirit. I am avenging everything. The gravestone they tried to make you in the rain. I will make the rain stop. Or I will make it rain animal bodies. And you will see your face in the lions. Chrome Country. And when you believe you are good, after you have felt wrong for a very long time, the angels come find you and blow in your eyes, and you become a glowing fish. And all of your tears turn to ocean, and the iron world rolls backwards. And there in space you are saved from yourself and also the future. And a quiet voice is all that there is, there in space and floating above it. There in your gills and also your lungs, a quiet voice is all that there is. Problem areas. Just don't let me drink from the white tower, or the gray Seine, or the black linear. Only the red river. No one knows any more than me, and I am going to have to stay alive in the mouth of civilization. I ask God to send a swordsman, and God says, look at your hands. I smell horses on the wind. They are galloping out of my hot lips. Last Sext. Am I crying on Coal Mountain? The sky is a funnel. I want it. I want to be sucked by the moon, or needled into the night, or into the eye of a cock, of a boy with a mouth like mine. And together we enter a door in the sky, which is one door, but all doors. And the breath there is his, but mine. And the truth in the door is many. as the truth on Coal Mountain is many, but also one truth alone, a truth I have felt since always, before the time of the cock. Do I point to it from my sick bowl, perched high atop Coal Mountain? And I can never say its name, as I gape into the dark and see the jaw of a boy reflected in my sick bowl, my bowl of gristle and blood, my thoughts of bellies and scythes, and how to cut me out of me, the vine of the mind and the heart and its sword, and the smoke of the coals in the dark, and his hands on my dress and his mouth on my death, and the bites of want in the dawn, when the boy disappears with the sun, how his body becomes a soot, and his semen dissolves in the wind, but his shadow remains on Coal Mountain. Am I mine? Mercy fucks. God wants me to have a lemon tree, or else I wouldn't have it. And now the horses must come rescue me. Or if no horses, you. Please bring on a stampede. Bring on the fake salvation faster than I could. And I would sodomize with you all evening if I could. Though in the dark, you looked so human in your skin that I called you human in my head and did not want you then and felt relieved. Alone. I heard the bubbling of a liquid inside, not plasma or pus or sex wet. An unearthly liquid, so other, and I was told to keep it inside till forever. Now I cry astral tears for all the fake holies. This is how you alchemize, you cry. I can teach you alchemy if you lick my astral tears, or maybe just watch me. Long tomb. My pussy tastes like rain to you. I will not make this a romantic poem. Poems are made of mistakes. Poems about poetry are mistakes. I look to mistakes and say, am I okay? I look to mistakes and say, make me okay. My pussy tastes like pussy, and I have been scared since the day I was born. Three more poems. How I get over my life. I turn my mind to bread and feed it to dogs. The dogs are good of stars and never devils. They eat me into something better, maybe a door. They eat me to a sky until I'm gone from me. They swallow all my voices cold and drill. They hollow me out for all the good secrets. The secrets give me third eye until sunrise. I shut my mouth the whole time. Last terror. What kind of thing would orphan a mind? Was it the abyss with its infinite carves, or the everywhere of graves that said I was alone? My darling piggy orphan of a mind. I will unearth you to the snouts of your tribe, even if we have to leave the earth. I will find you a home and forgive you in your slops, even as you eat my head and hair and heart. I'm coming. The people talked to me of God. Then God talked to me of God. God said, do not move. I said, I know. And then got very still and knew that I was not, and saw our shadows in the room, two wild and kindly dogs, leaking light from out their wet jaws, the good of breath from where we all began, though our minds tried to tell a different story, a tale of man and his machete, murder of our dogs when we fake being men, or live a lifetime in the human codes, Fierce we cut the shadows with our seeing eye bones. Gently then we dress the wounds. In nothing that will lead us back to earth. So thank you for watching this reading. It'll be archived, assuming that it recorded and broadcasted at all. I think it did. Thank you for, listening to poetry on a Sunday after the big basketball game. And thank you, special shout out to New Hive, who commissioned a bunch of the poems in this book, actually, for an ebook I did on New Hive called Dust Moan, and then, gave me this platform to where I can embed my YouTube video and broadcast. It's always very cool to be able to do the multimedia thing. Thank you to Pickle for the dog inspiration. Thank you to Venice Beach, and especially thank you to Tin House for publishing Last Sext, which you can find various brick and mortar stores or online. Okay, have a good night. Thank you. Bye.